what's up, everybody? It is John Juan, and I am back for another episode of Unapologetically. For those of you that is the first time watching the channel, thank you for coming over to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. For everybody that is coming back for this review, thank you too. Because of you, I am doing a Real Housewives of Potomac review. I asked you guys on my last video, you get it to 10,000 views, I'll do the Real Housewives of Potomac. And guess what you guys did? You got it to 10,000 views. Thank you. So I'm always so appreciative of everybody watching. Please know I do not take it for granted. I've met so many of you lately. You know, when I'm out, people have come up and been like, hey, I'm watching your channel. So that definitely gives me the inspiration and the boost to keep providing you with the videos. Because guys, I'm gonna be honest, I can get a little like antsy and kind of wondering, am I doing the right thing with doing these videos? But because of you, I continue to do them. So thank you guys so much. So let's get right into it. The Real Housewives of Potomac are back, and guess what? I will say this was a very, very fiery episode 1. Usually when I watch Housewives, I feel like it takes a few episodes for us to really get the drama going. If you don't agree, sorry. I just feel like a lot of times you got to kind of do all the recapping. Then after you finish the recap, then you kind of start to see like some story of where everybody is at that point. And the last episode, the last part of the episode, you'll get a little tease of drama, and then they'll give you like the trailer for the upcoming season, so to kind of keep you reeled in, but they give you just enough. They'll give you like, yo mama, doom, this season on the Real Housewives of Potomac. You know what I'm saying? It's always like a teaser. This episode, I feel like, was very, very, it had a lot of different things going on. I'm going to highlight some of the things that I remember. Here's what I will say about this though, you guys. I will go ahead and be honest and say I have not watched Potomac all the time. So it may be some insight in some relationship things. I realized that when I did Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that I don't always know about the ladies. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. I may not always know everything. I am familiar with, the ladies, but I may not always know all of the details, all of the insights. And so sometimes you guys will comment and be like, well, such, that happened last season and they blah, blah, blah. And so you have to give me a little bit of grace when it comes to knowing some of the insights of things that happen with them or between them or whatever, and that I don't know. But I'm going to do my best. So I'm basing this off of this episode, which is season 7, episode 1. And some things that definitely, let's just start it off. I am not understanding this Ashley getting a divorce thing. I am very familiar with Ashley's relationship with her husband, the accusations that people have said about her husband, and they thought she should divorce him previously. But, Ashley says they're separating. She's going to get a house. But this relationship with her husband and kind of staying connected is very weird to me. Like, you're separating, gonna get a divorce, but you're gonna get a house together that's gonna be in an LLC that both of you are on. Don't understand that. If it's something for the children, that kind of makes sense, but there are other ways that you can do that. You can get a house, put it in a trust for the children. I'm not understanding why you would allow someone you're divorcing to be on your new house at this new chapter of your life, unless you do not feel like you're gonna really divorce them. So I'm assuming she's probably not going to divorce him. Even when she sits with her family, nobody understands this divorce thing. Nobody understands like why you are going to move in a direction of divorcing this man, but you're still doing things with this man. Nobody gets it. Sorry, nobody gets it. Call it what you want. We don't get it. Candace and her husband, I hear from watching, are going through, IVF to continue to have another baby. Candace, I think if you want to have another baby, like, I think that's super, super great for you. You've been doing a lot with your career. She's even doing shows in Atlanta, so I got to give her props on like expanding out and doing some other things. we get to Giselle and her daughters. I love her daughters. You know, her daughters definitely are, they're her kids, trust and believe, because they are even ready to, you know, read her down. Our kids are like, no, don't wear that. That ain't it. But they're growing up. They're 16. They're going to be 18. So you guys have been able to watch them kind of grow up on TV. And they start to talk about, you know, she's talking about her house and the things she's got finished with the house. And they're walking about moving. I mean, they're looking at in a couple years going off to college. She's going to be an empty nester. And she's talking about so she can date and do all of that. And I'm like, sweetheart, at 16, you can start dating people now. That doesn't mean you have to bring them around your kids. But I understand, you know, not wanting to do all that when you have kids. But, you know, so Giselle and the kids have their moment where they sit there and she discusses that. She calls Robin after they have gotten the box for Karen's event. Karen's boxes for her events. Let's talk about these tacos and tequilas in this little gift box. She could have just sent me an email or a text, because for one, I'm not going to eat no tacos that was in no box that was left on the porch, even if you just delivered them. But they already cold at that point, unless you had a hot warmer in your car. But I'm not getting ready to eat that anyway. So she could have kept the box. Nice gesture. Could have kept the box. When Ashley got the box, her little son was getting ready to drink the tequila. She had to grab that real quick. So that was a mess in itself. So everybody gets their box. They're, you know, going through that. Previously we had saw Mia, was having some family over, and we start to discuss Mia and some of her social media stuff. So I'm going to say this. And again, I can say this, I have not been privy to all of the past seasons, haven't watched every episode of Potomac, have seen some. But Mia a little peculiar. She a little quirky. That's not a bad thing. Pretty lady. Not a bad thing though. But a little quirky. Like even when her family come around, you're a little quirky. Your family all seems pretty normal. I'm like, something's a little different about it, and it seems a little phony and fake to me. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can tell me below in the comments. It just seems very weird. The family is seeming like, I don't even know who this lady is. She was my daughter. This was my aunt. Like, she is giving me, you know, like, she was a Jackson, but then I don't know, like, she's giving me LaToya Jackson or somebody in this. I can't put my hand on it. But we learned, you know, she's getting some testing done because of a health situation. Let me make sure I'm clear on this. I am not in any way privy to her health situation and knowing everything about it. I'm not in any way making fun of that. But based off of the show and based off of me even seeing the post myself, if you guys don't know this, I probably don't say this all the time. On here, I haven't said it a lot, but I don't follow blogs. So I have Freddie-O. I know Freddie-O, so I've been on his, and I followed him because before it was a blog, it was just pictures. And the Jasmine brand, I know, you know, Jasmine, so I've seen her page, so I followed it before it was, you know, the thing that it is today, and I just have never unfollowed. I don't go through all the blogs. I don't know about, you know, I know of the shade rooms and the other, but I don't go to blogs. Let me just make that very clear. People have to send me stuff to be like, hey, this is on the blog. I try to control my energy, so I don't do it. But I do remember seeing the Mia post and being like, oh, wow, this is super sad. This lady, you know, has cancer. So when I start seeing it back, she lying. Like something's okay, I've been in a situation where they say, hey, some things are going on. This could possibly be cancer. But I don't go to Instagram and be like, I had to go to the Cancer Society, blah, blah. Like, because it's like that fine line of the people don't know all the things that go on in between. So if they say you possibly have cancer, you post, I'm going to this because I got cancer possibly. The people don't know the interim of, oh, the test came back. I really don't have cancer. They were just jumping to conclusions super fast, but you know, it worked out because this can change in a matter of weeks. This can change in a matter of days once they get more tests in. So to me, it seemed a little thirsty. It seems like she was looking for some attention. She posted this up there like, look at me, the cancer, since I have to go over here to Johns Hopkins immediately. And it seemed a little thirsty to me. I'm not going to exaggerate on it. When I saw the post, I was like, that's sad. And then when I think she followed back up like she doesn't have cancer, it was like, okay, that was a jump to, you shouldn't have posted that really. And if you needed to vent to somebody, you should have been to your family, not to social media and the people that don't know you, because it seems like you were looking for attention. I'm not going to exaggerate. I 100% stick with that. Threw me off when I found out the lady was not sick with cancer. Threw me off. Can't tell her how to deal, but it threw me off. So I saw this and I felt the same way. Fast forward to the end, we get to Karen's party. Everybody is kind of coming in with Karen. To the party. It starts to rain. They're closing it up. Giselle, Wendy, everybody looks good. Giselle and Wendy do not rock with each other. I did not know that, but when Giselle was like, no, you're not hugging me. Okay. That definitely was funny to me. Speaking of Wendy earlier had met with Peter Thomas about opening up a place. He was saying give her 20% for $300,000. It'll be about 2 years before she get her investment back. The 2 years to get her investment back, all of that. But I'm like, 20%, Wendy? You done brought him on this platform? Because I swore Peter Thomas said he was not going to be on another Housewife platform. But maybe I'm wrong. But I thought that's what he said. But she's up there with Peter. A Nigerian lounge, okay, that sounds dope. With books during the day and kids, no, ain't nobody trying to come to that. You go take the kids to the library or get a babysitter. They're not coming to a lounge. We're not going to mix the two. But that was just very weird to see him on the show. I'm just going to be honest. But fast forward, Giselle and her do not get along. Giselle was like, no. We're not doing that. No. You've been talking about my family. Don't hug me. Ashley comes. Robin comes. Everybody's questioning Ashley about this divorce, and she said she didn't say she was divorced, said she was separating. I think she's going on, rhetorically, like the wordplay of it all, kind of weird. If you're going to get a divorce, just say you're going to get a divorce. We finally get to even Mia coming, and I have to give it up to Giselle because Giselle said the line of the night. This is what having cancer, not having cancer look like. Say what now? Did you just call this lady out? I'm not going to even lie. I have to give it to her. Because when she said it, I was like, oh, I kind of hurt. I felt the same way. I kind of felt the same way. Like, okay, what is going on? Like, you can't have us ready to come to your aid and be a support for you and then be like, oh, no. It ain't cancer. That was for social media. I just needed to vent at that moment. You can be dealing with other, disease, autoimmune. You can have a lot of different things. That's not making fun of it. But I'm for real. I felt what Giselle was saying. So, Mia, at that point, decides to check Giselle. And she had her moment, too. I'll give it to her. Because when Mia checked Giselle, it was like, no. Boop. She started dropping them explicitives. I was like, okay. And that's where the episode ends. But I will tell you, even never have watched the show if I had said that. I have seen episodes, but if I had never watched the show, I was like, hold on, what happened? I was very intrigued and ready for the next episode. I know I'm probably missing some stuff, you guys, but I will say I'm interested in seeing this Mia and Giselle thing, how it works out. I'm interested in seeing how this Wendy thing works out. I want to know if Ashley's going to get a divorce. Candace, let's figure out if you're going to have some babies and how this works with the dynamic. Karen, I love you kind of have this, stance of being the mother and all of that. Wendy, let's figure out with this club. But I feel like all of the ladies come ready to give their authentic life, and they're not afraid to call each other out on their stuff. And I have to appreciate that. But I'm interested to see what this to be continued was, because I ain't gonna lie, it got real juicy. I was like, oh, get her. Ask the question, because I want to know. So tell me below if she has already answered this online and I just don't know. Tell me if I'm missing something, because I still don't know if the lady ever told what was wrong, and if did she post that she didn't have cancer again? I thought I saw something like that after she had posted the cancer, and that's when everybody was mad. But just let me know below. For everybody, please continue to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please continue to watch. I, again, am very much super thankful for all of you that do watch. I would love to get some more commentary on what you thought of this episode. If you did not like what I said, oh well, it's my opinion. I give it unapologetically. I want to say thank you again so much for coming back to the channel. If you are a return viewer, thank you for joining the family. And if you would like to get merch, thenewmeaning.com. I'm going to put that, like I said, right there on the screen. And thank you again. You can follow me on all social media, DonJuanNC, and share my channel. Like, share my channel. If you follow the channel and you see this video and you see me out, come speak. Like, come speak. I did have somebody come speak to me today, and she came like a few times while I was eating, like mid-eating, and she decided to come in my ear and start talking to me. I was very nice, because I realized even if I am nice with it, people are going to take away. If I told her, ma'am, can I finish eating? They were going to take away something else. Whole nother story. But let's not have the food in my mouth or me sitting there eating or conversing a private conversation with you come up. I was by myself this time, but it still was kind of weird. She just came and started talking to me in my ear like 2 or 3 times. She left and came back, and it was, yeah. But again, please do come speak. And again, thank you so much for watching Unapologetically the channel. That's it for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 1. Thanks, you guys, and continue to watch the channel. I love you guys.